Now, when it comes to productivity, the goal for most people is to get the most stuff done, and many will push themselves too hard in the pursuit of that, thinking that the more hours they spend, the more results they'll produce. The reality is that sometimes you can get better results and accomplish more by working less. Now, your brain is the biggest asset you have in your quest of productivity and time management, and many of us are handicapping it and locking up its full potential by overloading it and running it too hard for too long without legitimate breaks or pit stops to get it back to its top speed. I used to be this guy too. I bring my lunch to work every day so that I don't have to waste my time taking a break. I can just keep going. I would push and push and push, limiting my breaks because I felt like I couldn't afford to lose out on those 2 minutes or 5 minutes. But let me give you an analogy that I think is appropriate in this scenario. Let's take a look at a race car. These are incredibly high performance machines. In a typical race, if you were to try to finish the race without stopping, you would run out of gas well before you reach the finish line. Every car needs to take pit stops to change tires, make adjustments, and to fill up with gas. Now, these stops only take a few seconds because they have 11 people who are executing it in tandem. But they are a crucial investment that keeps the car running at tip-top shape and allows the race car to finish the race in the shortest period of time. Your performance in your brain is no different. It can't run at 100% non-stop without losing some of your creativity, focus, problem-solving ability, and processing power. It requires pit stops just like a high-performance race car, but not just any type of break. Not all breaks or pit stops are created equal, and this is where I used to go wrong. I used to consider anything that was outside of my main task a break. Being that I work on a computer most of the day, oftentimes those breaks constituted going to different websites, checking email, or looking at social media. But these are really fake breaks. They don't sharpen the knife and don't reset your brain to full strength. It only adds to the problem. Now, Shawn Achor, in his book, The Happiness Advantage, talks about how the brain at a positive state is 31% more productive than at negative, neutral, or stressed. Now, that's a huge advantage. It's not stress that's your enemy. You're designed to handle that. It's the lack of recovery from stress that causes people problems. Your brain is not designed to be pushed and pushed and pushed without recovery time. So what type of breaks do we need? Every 90 to 120 minutes, you need to take a break where you get completely away from what you've been working on. Leave the scene, take a walk, and go 100% technology free. If you have the opportunity and weather permits, get outside, get some fresh air, and take a walk. A break as small as 10 minutes, but done in the right way, can be enough to reset your brain and willpower to make you twice as productive when you return. Use this time also to get another large glass of water to make sure you're keeping yourself hydrated. Remember, the brain's made up of 80% water. Now, these breaks are particularly critical in the afternoon when your circadian rhythm is at its lowest point. And I know many will hit that afternoon lull, but if you stay hydrated, get outside, take a walk, get some fresh air, and reset your brain, you can limit this drop and be just as productive as you were in the morning. Now, when I started to schedule these breaks and really hold myself accountable to them, I was astonished at the results. It really gave me a second wind that allowed me to power through the rest of my day. Some days I need an additional break, but I can feel when I start to wear down, and instead of surfing the web, procrastinating, working on all those little tasks that don't add much value, or getting stuck in email, I invest those 10 minutes to take a really quality break that allows me to get right back on track. It's a great way to clear your mind. If you're still not convinced, understand that when you're taking these breaks and you're letting your brain go free, your brain is actually still working. This downtime allows your brain to consolidate recently acquired knowledge and rehearse recently learned skills. Your brain's still quite active, but this downtime allows it to also continue processing freely, and many times this is when your aha moments or inspiration will start to pop up. These breaks can turn out to be some of your most productive and creative time. I don't care who you are, there's only so long that you can focus on a task before you start to experience diminishing returns. The amount of time can be different for everyone, so I encourage you to start experiment with your sweet spot before you need a break. Maybe it's 45 minutes or an hour or 90 minutes, and sometimes this can depend on how draining the actual activity is that you're working on. I've found that I can get more done with better quality in 90 minutes than I was previously accomplishing in 3 hours. My energy level's better, and I have a sense of urgency that greatly improves my focus. So give it a shot, implement some strategically placed pit stops into your day, and really take your productivity to the next level. Now, if this is new to you, I'm gonna suggest that you set a timer or a reminder throughout the day to make sure that you're taking these breaks until it becomes a habit.